Hello there you guys, your girl Eunice Marie here, and so for today's video, of course by the title you can tell, we're going to be talking about natural deodorants, okay? I'm going to share with you guys my experience with using natural deodorants, and I have some little methods and ways and tricks and tips that I use to make sure that I stay fresh underneath the arms and still being natural, of course. I have been using natural deodorants or methods for a little bit over a month now, so I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys what I do, the deodorants that I use, etc., full review of them, everything. So let's go ahead and get into it. First, I want to start with underarm care. Before even getting into deodorants, I want to talk about what you can do in the shower, what you can do outside of the shower that would help to eliminate odor. Okay, so Dr. Bronner tea tree soap is one of my holy grails. You guys know I use this in my skincare regimen on a daily basis, so it's only right for me to use underneath my arms. Tea tree is great for removing bacteria from the skin, which causes odor. So put some of this on your little sponge and just scrub it up underneath your skin, underneath your arm, and it removes that bacteria from the skin, which causes odor, and it leaves your skin just feeling refreshed and everything. And I use this every day. I use it on my face every day. I use it in my skincare regimen every day. So yes, I stand by this, and I feel like this can be something that helps to prevent odor, especially odor, because that's the main concern usually when we wear deodorant is odor. So I think this is just one of those steps beforehand to do to help with keeping odor under control. So Dr. Bronner tea tree soap, I use this, scrub it up underneath my arms, and yes, items I'm going to show you guys are peppermint oil, essential oil, and tea tree essential oil. I like to use it underneath my arm together, of course, and also I mix it in my coconut oil. Coconut oil is great for removing bacteria as well. It's great to use in deodorants or use as a deodorant underneath the arm. And so peppermint oil just makes you feel really refreshed, and tea tree oil of course has that bacterial property in it, of course. So you're getting another whammy of something that keeps odor away, and it feels really refreshing underneath the arms. Now, I don't use this every day. Underneath my arms. This is like one of those pick-me-up type of deals when I just feel like I just need a little refreshment underneath the arm. If it's like a really hot day or something, then I probably would make a little mixture of it and go and rub it underneath the arm. I'm still playing around with some ways on how to either put this into a spray bottle format, where I can put the coconut oil, maybe these, into a spray bottle and just spritz it underneath the arm, or something that's more on the go refresher. And then of course you can play around with these and add, like, maybe lavender into it, or maybe sweet orange essential oil. So I'm still playing around with an idea for a deodorant refresher. I think that would be really cool, but I like these two together in my coconut oil. I just think it really gives you that refreshment underneath the arms. You're gonna smell like Lysol or Pine Sol, because I was like, I kind of smell like Pine Sol, but you feel super refreshed. So that's another thing that I do underneath the arms whenever I need like a little pick-me-up. And I only did it about twice since I've been on this, natural deodorant journey. So, but I do like it, and I do recommend doing this, especially if you just want a little pick-me-up and you want to feel fresh. So now let's get into the actual deodorants, right? Let's get into the deodorants. You guys are like, let's get into them. Okay, so of course, Crystal. Okay, so Crystal Essence deodorant. I've heard a lot about this. I did a lot of my research on natural deodorants, and I came across two, which was this one and Tom's. I had more bad reviews on than Crystal, and so I decided, you know what, I want to get my hands on Crystal, and I did at CVS. This is about $4 and some change. The information on it is that it's no aluminum, natural protection, Crystal Essence, and this one is in the scent lavender and white tea. It is a roll-on deodorant, liquid format. And it's a natural deodorant made of mineral natural mineral crystal salts and infused with relaxing aromas of lavender and white tea creates an invisible barrier against odor-causing bacteria. Lavender, known as an anti-inflammatory, and white tea as a natural relaxant. Please rather than overpower the senses. Gotta say that. And then it says that it prevents body odors for 24 hours, and that it must be applied to clean skin. Okay, now with me not using deodorant, when you're so used to using deodorant all of your life and you're like, okay, I'm gonna cut that out and start to use something that you're not too sure about, you're going to be uncomfortable. Okay, and I was uncomfortable the first day. I was like, you know what, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wear, okay, so rewind, trying to get my thoughts together here. So I had a 7-hour shift, right? And I was like, you know, if this can stand a 7-hour shift, this is the bomb.com. Okay, so I was uncomfortable at first. I was like, I don't know, maybe I should bring a little backup. And I actually brought a backup of my standard deodorant because I wasn't too sure if this was going to hold up. And I didn't want to be that person. I didn't want to be running around at work and smelling like a bag of onions or whatever the case may be. So I was like, all right, if this can stand a 7-hour shift at my job where I'm running around, my stress levels are high and low, then this is something else. It stood up to my 7-hour shift, and I didn't stink. I didn't smell like a bag of onions like I thought I did, or any of that. The only thing is that it did not keep me from sweating, which I didn't mind. I was more concerned about odor than sweat. So, and I wear dark colors at work, so it wasn't a big deal. This stood up for my 7-hour shift. It kept me smelling pretty fresh. Like, I didn't have any issues. Like, and all day I was smelling myself. Like, I was just there like, does it smell? Do I smell? And I didn't. And I was truly amazed by this. And I was like, I should have went natural a long time ago underneath the arms. But I was so freaked out that, you know, this may not work. And it worked perfectly fine. 5 stars all the way. No, it doesn't keep me from sweating. So, I mean, that's one thing, but I can, like I said, I can take the fact that I sweat a little bit or I perspire. I just don't want any odor. That is the main thing. When you're around people, you're working with people and customers, and you're lifting your arms and you're around people, you don't want to be stinky. And this right here definitely held it down, and it continues to this day. I could throw this on and run out the door and I'm perfectly fine. So I love this for that. I would say if you are starting out and you're wanting to go natural into the arms, give this a try. They also have this in unscented, and they also have it in a crystal stick, which I want to get. But the crystal stick is unscented as well. I wish they had the crystal stick with the scent, but they don't. But I heard it's good either way. But they have just the regular crystal salt stick that you take and you wet it and then you apply it underneath the arms. But definitely go out and get your hands on this if you're considering going natural. This right here, hands down, I think forever will I be using this or grabbing this. And they do have other scents I've seen on Vitacost.com, so I would probably order them off of Vitacost.com, the other scents for me to try out. I know in store I didn't see them, I only saw lavender, which is this one, and the unscented one. But definitely get your hands on this. That's all I'm going to say about it. 5 stars, love it. Let's move on to the next one. The next deodorant that I'm going to talk about is my handmade deodorant. I made this myself. It is made of shea butter, cocoa butter, baking soda, arrowroot powder, and some sweet orange essential oil. Now I give this 4 stars. The reason why is because I don't really like the formula too much. I think I'm going to change up my formula, how I do this. And the reason why I think I want to add wax to it, because it's made of shea butter and cocoa butter, is that you have to keep it in the fridge because it will melt on you. Looks like this, and it goes on clear. You don't see anything. It will melt or get a little soft on you, so I do have to keep it in the fridge from time to time, especially when it's really hot out here in LA. So that's one thing that kind of bothers me, because then when you try to put it on, it just kind of is all melty and it kind of breaks off a little bit, you know. So that's one of the things. I think I'm gonna add wax to it to kind of change up how solid it stays, as well as how it glides on. So I do want to change the formula, and I am a greasy mess. Ugh, I'm an oily, greasy mess. Sorry. I definitely want to change the formula. Now this does keep me dry because of the arrowroot and the baking soda. This does keep my underarms dry. Not too crazy about the scent of it. I don't know, it just, overall it's good. I can put this on and be fine, but it just doesn't like wow me in a way. I feel like my formula can be a lot better with changing around a few things. So when it comes to my handmade or my own natural deodorant, I am still playing around with some ideas. I think I want to add like tea tree oil in it the next time, and some coconut oil. But that's the thing about your own handmade deodorants, is that you kind of just have to figure out what works for you. Everybody's body is different. Everybody likes different things. This may be perfect. Still working on my formula, and so I'm trying to get it to where I really like it. I like it, but I don't really like it. But I do usually pair the crystal and this together, and it works really good together. So my overall thoughts, let's wrap this up and get some of my overall thoughts so far on using natural deodorants. And so far so good. Like, I have no complaints, nothing. Like, I can't really say that I don't dislike it, you know. Good. I'm way more confident now. At first I wasn't confident because I wasn't sure if they're really going to work for me or not, but as I continue to, you know, figure out what works for me and continue to try new mixing little things like the tea tree and the peppermint and the coconut oil, and just putting things underneath the arm, and, you know, using tea tree soap to cleanse the skin and cleanse the skin. You know, the more I just do my research and I find what really works for me, the more confident I am with natural deodorants. And so, I mean, overall, I'm happy that I eliminated, you know, aluminum, all that bad stuff for the underarms out of my life. And I will just continue to play around with my formulas and figure out what works for me. So, I mean, I guess you could say the journey continues. It doesn't really end here, because I still haven't found my own homemade remedy that's like, yeah, you know. And I really want to find my homemade remedy that really, you know, makes me like, yeah, I got it, you know. Because once you get your homemade remedy, you don't have to worry about going to the store or anything, unless to get your materials to make it. But you don't have to worry about going into a store and trying to find a deodorant that works for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already know what you need to do to make it work for yourself. So thank you for watching. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will see you guys in a later video.